Which situation that you've been up to this point felt like you were the most passionate about it, and that it felt like it should? The band was right. It felt like you thought it should feel when you first started playing.
Definitely Army of Anyone on the professional level. You know, that actually had the deal, that had the notoriety, clout, and funding, you know, behind it. But I was in a band called Freak Power Ticket for about 4.5 years, from around during the David Lee Roth years, and that I wrote songs. We all wrote everything together, and it was one of those things where like, we're gonna keep doing this until something happened. We caused a buzz, and we had a stir going. But none of the labels took a bite. They were all like, well, you guys are Seattle sounding, you're metal, you're pop, what are you? And we're like, we're us, just give us a producer and mold us. And we never got to that level, which I'm really bummed about. That was the first thing that I ever felt like, you know, that train was just, we kept selling out things, But on a professional, bigger level was Army of Anyone for sure. Because Dean and Robert are some of the best writers, and let alone sweethearts of people. Yeah. They're just, my God, they can put one note, they just put one note somewhere on a part, and you're like, what's that gonna do? And you hear it back and you're like, spellbound, like, I can't believe that one note just did that, made that magical. And just, so it was like, you know, first thing that they told me in that band was like, what's your hook? And I'm like, my groove? They're like, no, what's your hook of the song? And I'm like, I never thought of drumming that way. I never thought that we too have hooks in their songs. We're not just back there keeping time and that dude in the back. Like, of course we have to be solid and drive the band, and we're definitely driving the boat. But I never thought, like, hooky, what's that? You know, so that really made me go like, wow, what's my hook for that song? I don't know, what's my hook for that? So that, the whole perspective of that really slapped me upside the head in a good way. Like, this is really cool. So that definitely felt, we were a family, we were a vibe. You know, unfortunately the record business is going through the whole like, hey, I know, let's buy one record and run it out for 100,000 of my friends, and so sales just went like, you know. So I mean, but we had a great tour and we had a great time. We actually were starting on the second record, but within a month, Richard put Filter Act together. STP got Weiland quit Velvet Revolver, and the same management for Army of Anyone managed Korn. So hence.
Stuff happens.
Stuff happens. They heard the Army of Anyone record, said, who's this drummer? You know, I approached, you know, Joey from Slipknot was filling in the summer of '07, and I went down, I auditioned, I played 6 songs in an empty arena in Seattle, and he said, welcome to Korn, we'll see you in Dublin.
Greetings people, and welcome to issue 10 of iDrum magazine. In this issue, we get with the busiest man in rock currently, and that is none other than Mr. Ray Luzier. We also get with Scott Johnson, the man who's masterminded a lot of the recent success of the Blue Devils marching band. We also get with Gary Husband, who treats us to 3 tracks from his new album. And finally, we get with Mr. Simon Allen, a man who spends more time in the US than he does in the UK. He tells us all about the new master sounds, their latest record, Breaks for the Border, and what's going to be coming down the road from them later this year. In our review section, we got a lot of the gear that's going to excite and inspire you. Starting off with the DW Smart Practice Mike Johnson Ghost Pro Pad. We also take a look at the Mapex Retrosonic Kit. Minor Byzance cymbals. And we also take a look at some Dream Dark Matter cymbals, where it gets really earthy. We take a look at Pearl's Vision Maple set this issue. We get to look at Remo's X14 coated batter head, and we also take a look at the vintage Remo Emperor clear heads. We also get, although briefly, to look at the new Sonor Jojo Mayo inspired Perfect Balance pedal. And for those percussionists out there, here's a nice little cool item from DG and Levier from Spain in the form of the collapsible cajon. We have our regular tech sessions, which Sam assures me are more than special every issue. We also take a look at the latest DVDs, books and CD releases for when you get that little downtime and you want to listen to somebody else instead of yourself. That's it. That's issue 10 of iDrum magazine. I hope you enjoy it.